Hi, have you ever felt ashamed of your lifestyle? Well, Charles Dickens talks about this topic in some of his books. But who Charles Dickens was? Charles Dickens was a writer. He was born in Portsmouth, United Kingdom in 1812. His family was arrested and he started to work in a factory in order to pay all his family's debts. Afterwards, he learned by his own shorthand. Later, he entered to work first in a lawyer's office and then in a newspaper as journalist. The Pickwick Papers was his first successful book. Charles Dickens wrote many books, but his most famous books are Oliver Twist and A Tale of Two Cities. He also wrote David Copperfield and Great Expectations. These books are Charles Dickens' most autobiographical books. Charles Dickens died in London, United Kingdom in 1870. I chose to read one of his books. This book is Great Expectations, which was written in 1860. This time is known as the Victorian era. This was a period of peace, prosperity, and refined sensibilities. It also was an era of economic, colonial, and industrial consolidation of the British Empire. The story takes place in Kent and London in 1860. The main characters are Philip Pirrip, nicknamed as Pip. He is an orphan and in the story he suffers a change since a poor and uneducated boy to a gentleman and well-educated man who is an upper middle-class man. Mr. Joe Gargary. He is Pip's brother-in-law and a blacksmith. He is a poor man and has no education. He is a kind, humble, and loyal but simple man. We also have Abel Magwitch, who was a prisoner and a dangerous man at the beginning of the story, but then he turned into a loving man and full of gratitude. He got into Pip's benefactor. We also have Stella, who is a beautiful, high-class and well-educated and also a cruel girl. She was adopted by Miss Havisham. Miss Havisham is a well-loved woman. She has a bizarre appearance. She seems to be kindly with Pip, but she hates all men. She adopted Stella, in whom she reflects his hate toward men. Pip falls in love with Stella, but she doesn't love him. Pip's main challenge is gets converted into a gentleman without feel ashamed of his origins. For Stella, his main challenge is realize that she is able to feel love for a man. I chose a passage from the book Great Expectations. It says, when Stella finally came with the candle, Miss Havisham picked up a jewel from her table and put it in Stella's hair. Very pretty, my dear. It will be yours one day. Now, let me see you play cards with this boy. With this boy? But he's a common working boy. I thought I heard Miss Havisham whisper. Well, you can break his heart. She sat like a dead body ready for the grave, watching us play cards in the candlelight. What coarse hands this boy has, and what thick boots! Cried Stella in disgust. I was suddenly aware that what she said was true. What do you think of her? Whispered Miss Havisham to me. I think she's very proud, I whispered back. Anything else? I think she's very pretty. Anything else? I think she's very rude and I like go home and never see her again, although she's so pretty. I don't know. I like go home now. Miss Havisham smiled. You can go home. Come again in 6 days' time. Stella, give him some food. Go, Pip. And so I found myself back in the overgrown garden in the bright daylight. Stella put some bread and meat down on the ground for me, like a dog. I was so offended by her behavior towards me that tears came to my eyes. As soon as she saw this, she gave a delighted laugh and pushed me out of the gate. I walked the 4 miles home to the forge, thinking about all I had seen. As I looked sadly at my hands and boots, I remembered that I was only a common working boy, and wished I could be different. Well, I choose I chose this book because it talks about three main topics. First, about self-improvement, which is a feeling present in many human beings. Second, differences in social classes at that time. That was something so remarkable. And finally, maturation process which all human beings have to cross. Well, thank you.